Voter intimidation, threatening to jail political rivals, not accepting election results? America, I don't think we're in the first world anymore. Sure, you're complaining about this election now, but you'll miss it when it's gone. Kinda like you missed the series Lost. So much time and energy spent only to find out we've been in purgatory the whole time, which is really the only way the last 18 months make any sense. We've learned a lot from this election, like how many of our Facebook friends we should block. But we've also learned that with political corruption, mudslinging, and firebombing of party headquarters, which actually happened, our democracy is no longer that shining city on a hill. I mean, we're still shining, mostly because of the firebombing. This election sounds like it's happening in one of those places we read about in the Sunday Times. Oh my God, have you heard about Burundi? Apparently it's a country. Ugh. So I'm thinking about buying a boat. We're now about as good at democracy as we are at soccer.
Buena mague!
How do you miss that? Man, we really have to start calling it football. So, a former first lady is running against a TV celebrity, just like in Guatemala. In their presidential election last year, a former first lady ran against a TV celebrity who sometimes did comedy in blackface.
Ustedes saben qué hacen 12 suegras ahogándose en el mar. Hacen bien. Ay, Dios santo.
Ay, Dios santo, that guy won. Another thing that makes the US like so-called developing countries, threats of jailing the other candidate. This is the first time we've had a candidate whose unofficial campaign slogan is and who responds by saying,
I've been saying, let's just beat her on November 8th. But you know what? No. You know what? I'm starting to agree with you, I'll tell you.
you know, you can almost see the restraint. But jailing one's opponents? That's the stuff politics are made of in Egypt, Ukraine, Cambodia, Iran, and the island nation of the Maldives, where the former president, after being ousted in a coup, was sentenced to 13 years in prison, though he's now being defended by Amal Clooney. So, worth it. Now, this is not to say that the other American presidential candidate didn't potentially break the law. She did delete emails while under a subpoena. But between that and fascism? Then there's voter intimidation, something plaguing elections in places like Nigeria. Party officials there have been known to loiter around voting sites and loom over people's shoulders as they cast their ballots, which Donald Trump thinks isn't such a bad idea. He's now asking supporters to become self-appointed election observers.
So go to your place and vote, and go pick some other place and go sit there with your friends and make sure it's on the up and up. Go down to certain areas and watch and study and make sure other people don't come in and vote 5 times.
There's nothing scary about that. Just a bunch of up and up guys watching certain people and afterwards burning certain symbols on certain lawns. But let's remember, voter intimidation in the US is illegal. In 1982, a court ruled that the RNC illegally intimidated minority voters when it sent off-duty cops to stand by polling places carrying guns and wearing armbands that said National Ballot Security Task Force. That's the Halloween equivalent of going to a sexy costume party dressed like an HPV ward. No one's getting lucky. Another sign that we've joined the rest of the world? Our elections are being meddled in by foreign powers. They care enough about us to manipulate us, like an overeager gymnastics coach. And that's not just because they're Russian and Chinese. We've got foreign investors, like the Chinese real estate moguls who donated $1.3 million to Jeb Bush's super PAC, and then Russian hackers, who according to US intelligence officials are tampering with voter registration databases in more than 20 states. Although, apparently we shouldn't worry about Russians interfering on Election Day. The director of the FBI says voting systems aren't modern enough to be hacked.
Very, very hard for someone to hack into because it's so clunky and dispersed. It's Mary and Fred putting a machine under the basketball hoop at the gym.
There's no way Russians can hack our election because our equipment is so janky. We're good, unless Mary and Fred work for the Kremlin. Putin, however, denies any involvement.
Does anyone seriously think that Russia can in some way influence the choice of the American people? Is America some kind of a banana republic? America is a great country. Correct me if I am wrong.
Yeah, he's totally hacking us. Oh, come on. What has America ever done to deserve another country intervening in our elections? Except for that, sorry. And finally, there's this. In Ukraine, Uganda, Philippines, and Gabon just this past summer, a presidential candidate refused to accept the outcome of an election. And now, it's not a new concept to us either.
No matter how hard fought a campaign is, that at the end of the campaign, that the loser concedes to the winner. Are you saying you're not prepared now to commit to that principle?
What I'm saying is that I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
No, please don't. We've spent so much energy and so much time, and after all the suspense, there's probably only one way Trump's candidacy is going to end.
I'll keep you in suspense.
So cheer up, America. Now that we know we're part of the world, we can do anything, including football.
Flicked off Wondolowski!
Ay, Dios santo. Welcome to the world, America. We finally made it! Thanks for watching Newsbroke. If you liked that video, be sure to check out our videos on police accountability and Obama and climate change. And as always, subscribe.